Okay, Miss Sharpe, your resume looks good. You're a top performer, you're never late, and you don't miss days.
That's right.
Okay, Devin, you're attractive, you stay in shape, and you're feminine.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to call your references, and from there, I'll run a background check, and then you'll be required to take a drug test.
That's perfectly fine.
Now, we're going to date casually for now, so I can make sure that you're going to stay in shape and to show me that you have what it takes to be my girlfriend.
What?
If you pass the background check and the drug test and your references check out, we'll start to train you for the job.
Great.
And if you show me you possess the basics, I'll train you to be my girlfriend.
Are you serious right now?
If you take to the training, we'll move you up to temp status for further evaluation and help you to cultivate your skills.
Okay, good.
If you take to the training, I'll move you up in my rotation. This means you're going to get more of my time and attention, which also means you'll be able to cultivate your relationship skills.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
If we see enough improvement, we'll hire you on permanently, but your employment is conditional.
Oh yes, of course. I totally understand.
And if I see enough improvement, I'll then make you my girlfriend, but my commitment is conditional.
Conditional commitment? What the
If you're late often, miss too many days, and aren't productive enough, we will terminate your employment.
That makes perfect sense. You gotta be here and productive, otherwise, why pay me?
I don't commit to women who go to bars or clubs, are on social media, hang out with their ex-boyfriends, or travel alone. Those are my conditions.
This is so controlling and possessive. Oh my god. If a candidate meets a company's requirements,
They are trained and then hired temporarily to be evaluated for a certain period of time.
if the candidate successfully completes the training,
They are offered employment by the company.
but their employment is conditional,
If the employee is late too often, misses too many days, or doesn't meet the company's standards,
they're fired.
employers have every right to terminate the employees who don't measure up to the company's standards.
Is this controlling?
Of course not. The company's not forcing them to be there.
And if employees don't like the policies of a company,
Then they have every right to leave if they choose to.
and no one calls the company toxic, controlling, or insecure,
So why is it that when men express their conditions for their commitment,
they get called toxic, controlling, and possessive.
so you can respect the boundaries and requirements of your employer,
But not your man's?
you're willing to let a company evaluate you based on their experiences,
But a man can't evaluate you based on his?
you're willing to earn a position at a company,
But you're not willing to earn your position with a man?
you're willing to do what's necessary to keep your job,
But you're not willing to do what's necessary to keep your man?
you're good with the company's policy that too many absences get you fired,
But a man withdrawing his commitment if you go to the club is toxic or possessive?
when your company trains you, it's perfectly normal.
But your man training you is somehow treating you like a dog?
You were okay with working as a temp on probation so that the company could make sure you could do the job.
But you're not okay with a man making sure that you'd be a good girlfriend before he commits?
You're good with proving your worth to your company every day.
But you're not willing to prove your worth to your man every day?
You're okay with not getting a paycheck if you don't work.
But you're not good with not getting commitment if you act single?
You understand that if you suck at your job, you're going to lose it.
But if you suck as a girlfriend and he dumps you, you lose it?
You're okay with submitting to your boss.
But submitting to your man is oppressive?
This is why relationships are a show.
Women value their jobs more than their relationships.
Are there companies out there who treat their employees poorly?
Of course there are.
And are there men out there who treat women like dog who don't deserve it?
Yes.
But what both of these scenarios have in common,
Is that they're not being forced to stay in that relationship or in that job.
so if you want better employment options,
Be a better employee.
and if you want better dating options,
Then be a better woman.
nobody is entitled to their job.
And no woman is entitled to a man's commitment.
There are conditions to your employment,
And there are conditions to his commitment.
and if you can't or won't meet those conditions, find another job or another boyfriend.
But complaining that a man isn't committing to you because you don't qualify?
Is the same as complaining that a company won't hire you because you're not qualified.
So if you can understand that companies have a process because they know what works and what doesn't,
Then you can understand that men with options also have a process because they know what works and what doesn't.
if a company fails to vet, evaluate, or train a new employee,
Then that company can't be surprised when that employee turns out to be a bad apple.
And if you fail to vet, evaluate, or train your woman,
then you can't be surprised when that woman turns your life upside down.
yes, there are candidates who interview very well and fool employers.
Just like there are women who pretend to be virtuous, honest, and faithful and fool men.
But this is why we teach what we teach.
Which is to pay attention, be discerning, and discriminatory to lessen the odds of you being taken advantage of by a chameleon.
And if you're a woman who doesn't think she needs to prove herself to a man,
But has no problem proving herself to her employer,
then enjoy being single
married to your job,
or with a man you don't respect.
but don't bitch and moan about not getting a man you are unwilling to prove yourself to.
Because I don't hear you about not getting a job that you can't prove you can do.
Actually, modern women do complain about that. They complain about everything.